Director, Corporate Communications, Juhudi Africa. And the statement reads, the Kisii County Civil Society media address on rampant violation and the intent to harm Kisii County Governor rally at Mugirango Ward, South Mugirango. Now we, the people of Kenya and the residents of Kisii and leaders from diverse civil societies gathered here today to condemn the heinous acts of violence being perpetuated by a section of people in Kenya and Kisii to disrupt functions organized by leaders. As a people, guided by our Supreme Constitution and the Kenya laws, state the following: that number one, that Article 1 of the Constitution of Kenya upholds the sovereignty of the people of Kenya, and that power belongs to the people of Kenya, and that the same people may exercise their sovereign power either directly or through their democratically elected representatives. 2, that Chapter 4 of the Constitution of Kenya espouses the Bill of Rights as an integral part of Kenya's democratic state, which is the framework for social and economic and cultural policies. 3, that the purpose of recognizing and protecting human rights and the fundamental freedoms is to preserve the dignity of individuals and communities and to promote social justice and the realization of the potential of all human beings. 4, that power belongs to each individual and are not granted by the state. Do not exclude other rights and fundamental freedoms not in the Bill of Rights, but recognized and conferred by law, except to the extent that they are inconsistent with Chapter 4 of the Constitution of Kenya. We today, therefore, stand to condemn and say that on diverse dates, a gang of men descended and started beating citizens who were in a rally at Mugirango Ward, South Mugirango constituency last week. That on the said date and day, the governor of Kisii County, Simbarati, had a rally to distribute bursary forms for the less privileged children, students and pupils in the said constituency. That there were a huge crowd that had come to pick the bursary forms for their vulnerable orphans, children, and students of different institutions of Kisii County and across the country. That there were young children, pregnant mothers, elderly, the persons with disability, and also all other leaders who converged together with the Kisii governor to launch the bursary forms collection and filling at Mugirango Ward, South Mugirango. Now, it is within these spaces that we rise to draw the attention of the President of the Republic of Kenya to address the rampant attacks, violence, and all manner of human life violations against the peaceful citizens of this country. And I will also invite
Mimi ningeweza kuongelelea kwa upande wa vijana mambo ambayo yalitendeka hapa Kisii na hata nchini. Kuna wale ambao wanaona wako above the law. Tunataka kuhakikishia kuwa hawako above the law. Kama hii incident ambapo kulikuwa na mambo ya basari, kulikuwa na mama wakongwe, wazee, walemavu, watoto ambao walikuwa wanaenda kuchukua basari, ilikuwa ni hatia sana kwenda kuvamia mkutano huo na kuhimiza wale ambao walikuwa hapo. Mimi kile naweza ongelelea na wahimiza vijana waache kutumika vibaya. Viongozi wanawapatia shilingi 2-3, wanaenda wanaumiza wenzao, kisha wakikamatwa wanabaki wako matatani wenyewe. Naomba vijana wawajibike, waache kutumika kiholela na viongozi ili wawe viongozi wa kesho, vijana wangwana.
An HRD based here South Nyanza, representing Uniform Action. I would like to call upon the police to take care of the rights of Kenyans as it's stipulated in law. They are supposed to protect life and properties, and also to make sure that there is law and order in our country. So we want to call upon the Inspector General of Police to rein in the errant, the rogue police officers who've been firing or who are trigger happy to fire randomly at unarmed citizens, to resist and desist from such crimes, because they'll be personally be held accountable once they cause harm or they cause critical injuries to unarmed citizens of this country. Thank you.
An organization that works around activities involved around protecting the rights of women and empowering women. I want to condemn the violence in the strongest words possible, in that when there is insecurity, the people that suffer most are the women and the young children. You can imagine going for a bursary for your child, and then instead of you getting even that form, you are tear gassed, bullets are thrown here and there. It was not a good scene. And I'm calling upon all the stakeholders involved in this, all who care about the security of Kisii County, to ensure that they come on board and ensure that all this violence is stopped immediately to secure our Kisii County as a county and to ensure that we have security.
Mosebi from Kisii, Kisii. I'm also condemning these chaos that are causing a lot of insecurity within our county. I state that as a county, our leaders come on board, sit down, have a sitting, agree, and embrace, promote what we call peaceful coexistence. Our message is peace, period.
Representing the Kisii Interfaith Network and the National Anti-Corruption Oversight Steering Committee in Kisii County. Pia hata mimi nikisimamia upande wa makanisa nasema kwamba viongozi wetu wa makanisa pia tunaomba warudi pale makanisani, wakemee hili jambo, waliombee kwa zaidi, kwa sababu insecurity in Kisii County imekuwa rampant. Angalia sasa kile kilifanyika pale South Mugirango. Watoto, wamama, wazee wa kongwe, those people with disabilities waliumia vibaya sana. Hatutaki kuona mambo kama hayo yakifanyika. Pia naomba pastors, religious leaders warudi makanisani, waombee hili jambo. Jambo lingine, naomba rais pia, vile statement imesema kwamba rais angalie katika watu wake wa sheria. Sheria, kila mwananchi iko juu yake. Hakuna mtu yeyote, awe mwanasiasa, awe mtu yeyote ambaye hako juu ya sheria. Kila mtu sheria inakata mbele na nyuma. Asanteni sana kwa
security of the people is not guaranteed, then it's as good as having no leadership. My name is Alhaj Ramadan Hussein. I represent the Supreme Council of Kenya Muslims here in Kisii County. Indeed, leaders seem to be forgetting so fast that they are not in those positions forever. There would come a time when you too will come down and you will be an ordinary citizen. You will need the protection from the leaders of that time. Please let us fear God and understand and not forget that everything that you do in your time when you are in the position of leadership, you will be answerable for the good things that happen to the people or the bad things that happen to the people, even in front of God during the day of judgment. That one people seem to be forgetting, that whatever you do, you will be held responsible for the good things and the bad things that happen to the people. So we call upon our leaders to be responsible and know that each and every person in this county is fearing this kind of leadership. People are living in fear. People feel that they are insecure because of this style of leadership. I beg to rest.
Amnesty International CSOs. I want to join the rest of the people and the civil society in Kisii to condemn this kind of violence that we are witnessing, which is bad behavior and bad role modeling to our young children. The space for their rights. It is indeed very bad that Kisii is now being known for bad reasons. For one, there is rampant illicit brew that is happening and is promoting and making our young people some peace. The political class is making sure that the boys are drunk, and therefore they are taking advantage of that state, and therefore they are not following the law, and therefore being misused. That is number one. Number two, I want to say that it is important that people observe the law from the topmost leadership to the lowest. We are getting into a rogue nation, a rogue county, where observing the law seems like something that has been forgotten. It is important that everybody revises the constitution and realizes that we are in a country where the rule of law is supreme. Three, this county is going back to militia. I do not understand why we have the police. We have the provincial administration or other categories of leadership. So much that each person now has his own people to defend him at times of crisis. It is bad manners to have very, very protected people, prominent people, CEOs, using militia to protect themselves as if the police are on leave. So I wish to address the attention of the IG to underscore the fact that the police and the law enforcers are perhaps on leave or they are sleeping on their job. Lastly, I think we've moved to a point whereby, as a nation, as a county, it is important to role model. Bad role modeling gives birth to bad leadership and bad citizenry. It is on this note that I would wish to underscore the point that our leadership from national to county government is showing us bad behavior and bad manners. And I would wish that everyone desists to have a morally correct society where moral decay and violence is limited. Finally, as Amnesty International and as a Human Rights Commission, we wish to say categorically that we need a peaceful coexistence, a peaceful society where everyone can be able to have his issues addressed in a court of law, reporting to the police and having the processes followed up. I do not see why somebody to the level of a county CEO really is crying that he can't make a statement, he can't report, the police can't do anything. Where else can the rest of us go if the chief executive of a county is not protected, cannot report, cannot have his issues addressed in court? So where do the rest of the people go? With those very many remarks,